What's up, y'all? Shoebooty Sports coming at you Tuesday evening. Per the usual, I'm Graham Powell on this screen. On the other is Bradley, who's looking very Arkansas-tastic today. You should see the shirt. Say what's popping, Bradley.
What's happening? You're not gonna get to see the shirt.
Okay, oh, that's unfortunate. Or maybe a good thing. I don't know. I almost got an Arkansas hat today. It was a Razorback hat that I saw at Dick's Sporting Goods. I went there after work because I'm retiring some of my workout running shoes just because it's starting. I've worn them for over a year, just regular workouts, and they're starting to rub my left heel. So I was like, yeah, it's a and you know how it wears like the inside of the shoe on the heel part?
Yep.
It's very much done that. So I've gotten all my use out of them. So I am officially retiring those shoes. And I got more today. I got some Brooks Ghost 18s that were on sale. So I grabbed those. I originally wanted to get some more Asics, but um, I didn't like the ones I tried on. I didn't dislike them, but I didn't love them either. The Ghost 18s were actually cheaper and they fit better. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with these then. So yeah, I got some new Brooks Ghosts today, adding to the Brooks collection. On a related note, and this is all I'll talk about myself here on the sports show, I had told you I had some interesting news. I got an invite. Uh, it, I got an invite to have what would be my biggest pacing gig I've ever had and would kind of trump anybody else if we did comparisons. I got invited to pace the Chicago Marathon in October.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's that was wild. I got that text yesterday morning. I said I had to double text. I was like, "Holy crap, is this like for real?" I had to pinch myself. I'm still waiting for confirmation on that that I'll actually get in. But yeah, I will. I got an invite to pace the 2026 Chicago Marathon, which is in roughly what 6.5, 7 weeks. October 11th, I believe. So yeah, right around the corner. Not in like 6 months or a year, like in a little over a month. So that's pretty cool. But I'm in shape. I'm more than capable of pacing what they asked me to pace. So it's just waiting and seeing at this point. Hopefully, I'll hear something this evening or tomorrow or so.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
How far are you from Chicago?
Right now I'm about four hours. In October, I'll probably only be like an hour away, if that.
Interesting. Well, if you're in the area, you should come hang out, assuming I get in. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll only be there a couple of days. Not like the first time I ran the first and only time I ran the Chicago Marathon. I just did it as a participant. First and only major I've ever run. I was there for like 5 days. So I was there for a while, but I'll have to get there to get to the expo and all that the day prior and whatever else they ask me to do. But I'm sure I won't be there more than a couple of days this time around. But either way, some really cool news I got. Hopefully, I'll get some confirmation on that uh, in the next day or two. Uh, be cool today, but if not, in the next couple of days, be awesome. Anyway,
Yeah.
before we get going, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoebooty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. And you can find us, Shoebooty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoebooty Sports. What do we want to start with today? Because we have a very formal way of doing this show. very structured and all that. I say that in jest. How do we want to start the show today? Y'all are learning as we do.
Yeah. We can start off with the injuries that seem to be popping up like they do every preseason in the NFL. So, which I guess the biggest one, most recent one, was Ginty going down. He's not able to put weight. Uh, I think he's his left leg, maybe. So,
I don't even know anything about it. I've not watched any preseason football. I'm back in school as I've stated on the show. That started last Monday, and I barely turned on. I think I turned on the TV a little bit this past weekend. I've not done much of anything besides school and work and running. So I'm not privy to the NFL injuries going on. Didn't know that about Ashton Jeanty, who wasn't he the number one overall pick in our fantasy football draft?
oh, I hope he was. I really
I'm
do.
pretty sure he was because I was
So, well,
quite
it wasn't the
quite
first overall
surprised.
pick. It is a keeper league, so yeah, I could see it.
It's a keeper league, so there's that. But he was the first player off the board in our draft, which that's wild to me. I don't know the year that he had last year. It wasn't that good,
Yeah,
was it?
it wasn't that great, no.
Yeah.
Nope. But then again, they really didn't have a quarterback, so it was just Geno back there. So maybe with Captain Kirk, he thought he was gonna be a little bit better this season. So
No, well,
hopefully, guys, in
that's the reason I took Brock Bowers because Kirk Cousins is the quarterback and not Geno Smith. If Geno Smith was back, I would not have taken Brock Bowers when I did,
hmm
which was my first pick, I believe. I kept Puka Nakua and then took Brock Bowers. And of course, you responded with a
it,
shocker.
it was your second pick, I think. Because I passed by him for my second pick. I was like, no, I'm not taking him this early. And then you got him. Because I thought long and hard about it.
I think he was my
But
first pick.
well, the good news for Gene is that they're saying it's an ankle injury, so at least it's not his knee. Um, it looks like they're saying he'll be back this season. So, but apparently that one happened in practice, and apparently Jamar Chase had a injury scare uh, with his knee. So, and that
He's
happened
apparently
today.
okay though. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
apparently okay. I saw a clip of that. Yeah, it didn't look good. And Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, they all have injury histories. But yeah, from everything I've read, which is little, but it's a headline on ESPN's homepage right now. He's fine, basically.
Big news coming out of the Browns camp. They finally named Deshaun Watson the starter. Um, what are we expecting out of the Browns this season?
More of the
Just
same.
more of the same old Browns. Like, is Deshaun Watson even going to be a factor in fantasy?
No,
How much of? I mean, will he even be a hint of his former self? What last time we seen him play was what 4 seasons ago?
no. The answer is no. He's This is the Tiger Woods effect on a different level. So what happened to Tiger Woods, the infidelity, it it because Tiger was had an aura that was untouchable in golf. He played through a torn ACL. He did all these things, was still winning majors, had no issues. Of course, he had injuries. That was an issue, but he was still playing through it. He was still killing it. He was still Tiger Woods. And then the mess happened with the car wreck and everything that happened there with Elin Nordegren
I think
and
I think it's completely different. Yeah, it's infidelity, but I mean, Deshaun Watson's not married. Tiger Woods was not paying women to touch him. Uh, Completely different scenarios in my book. So
no, they're obviously different scenarios, but they're the same outcome as far as scandal has led to the scandal has gotten in their heads. The scandal got in Tiger's head obviously. He has not been the same since then. since the drama with his wife at the time, the messy divorce. He was never the same after that. Deshaun Watson, I mean, say what you want about infidelity, not good, but it's not a predatory type of charge.
Yeah.
This is even
Sean's just a
worse.
creep. Yeah.
Yeah, this is way worse than that. Uh, Legally, morally, all that in my book.
All Tigers were willing participants. So,
Yes. Like, yeah, all like not good, like not something you want to encourage, but nothing criminal. Deshaun Watson, very criminal and a lot of it. And he had the same not Tiger aura, but he had quite the aura about him. He had a one of the greatest college careers ever. Went out national champion. Gets drafted by the Texans. Was a really good player for the Texans. I mean, there's a reason the Browns gave him so much guaranteed money. He was really good when he was there.
which most of everybody outside of the Browns organization thought was just flat out stupid.
Yeah. Despite all that, it was a really bad deal for the Browns. Great for
Bad.
Deshaun Watson, really bad for the Browns. Uh, yeah, on top, you have no incentive because you got nothing but guaranteed money. I mean, there's a reason he went to Cleveland because they offered him that. And
Yep.
on top of that, you've had injury problems, and on top of that, you've had this scandal. Even without the injuries, he wasn't good. He has not been good on the field. Maybe I don't know. I mean, the Browns are seeing it. It's not a good situation there. I I don't love Shador as a pro quarterback or starter even, but I think he's the best option you have.
Will we see Taylor Green at any point in the season?
Uh, Regular season,
Yeah, they're not
only if
making the postseason, man.
I don't think so. Shador, say what you want about him, but he's a pretty tough kid. He was pretty durable at Colorado. He took a lot of hits at Colorado and got up just fine. Um, Shador's the better quarterback by quite a bit.
I mean,
Uh,
remember they don't want him just to play quarterback. Green, anyways. Will he get in at wide receiver by week 14? Whenever it's abundantly clear he's never even going to be able to spit on the field under the center.
he's probably got enough people in his ear saying, no, go be a quarterback.
I mean, why change his
That
mind now?
now.
He lost out on a lot of money by not going wide receiver.
He thinks he can play quarterback. He wants to play quarterback. He thinks he can play quarterback. I don't. He's not a pro quarterback. He's got all the. He has all the tools. It's between the ears with him. He's never been good at read. He's never been consistent at reading defenses. Uh, that's always
Or
been his
or
problem.
throwing short passes.
That too. Yeah, he's he's always been consistently inconsistent as a quarterback. He was like that at Boise State before he got to Arkansas. Go check his collegiate stats. They all look pretty similar. Like every year
Yeah.
looks pretty similar. Uh, he he throws touchdowns, but he also throws interceptions. But even then, he doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns. But he can. But you see the highlights, and you're just like, wow, that's amazing. Which he is certainly capable of. That was kind of a trick question. Are we going to see
Yes, it was.
Talon? Yeah, are we going to see Talon on the field? Uh, Only if he's willing to do that. I don't see. I don't know that he could
they're
be a
they're
great
gonna
receiver.
have some special packages with him playing wide receiver. You know they've got it. They'll bust it out because they're not gonna have anything to lose.
Yeah, and by all the reports, the Browns have been killing it in the draft the last several years. You would think they're going to turn it around eventually, but you got to get the quarterback position right. If you're not good at quarterback, you're not winning in this league. I mean, Seattle had a phenomenal roster a season ago, and they got a guy that can make enough plays and isn't going to screw things up, and Sam Darnold, and they dominated the Super Bowl. So I mean, but it's a very important position to get right, and the Browns have not gotten that right. Even when they had Baker Mayfield, it went it went all right. His rookie year, it went okay. You could see promise, and then it
Yeah.
just all went downhill ever since, and or since then. And then Baker had a turnaround in Tampa. I mean, he's not lighting up the league, but he's clearly one of the 32 best quarterbacks in football.
Yeah. I was going to ask you when the last time they did get it right was, and were we born yet?
Oh gosh, Bernie Kosar. I don't know, man. It's been a while. If we were, it was barely.
Was that, yeah. I would say has that organization still alive, but they ended the Browns and then they came back to life. So
Well, that Browns team went to Baltimore and they won a Super Bowl in Baltimore.
was that the Browns? I thought that was the Colts.
No, the Colts left Baltimore and went to Indianapolis. The
Okay.
Browns left Cleveland and went to Baltimore. And then they recreated the Browns later after that Ravens team won a Super
When
Bowl
when nobody was asking for them. Bring
and
back the
had one of the
Browns.
most dominant defenses you will ever see. Like it was one. I'd say you have to get quarterback right. Won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. I mean, he didn't screw anything up. It's hard to screw that up. Well, when you had that
Yeah.
defense, it's hard to screw that up. Uh, and yeah, Shannon Sharp at tight end, etc. But the defense is what made that team great. Yeah, I don't know. I wish Talon well. I don't. I'm not trying to be a hater. I mean, he was the best Arkansas had. He just wasn't that good. He just wasn't very. He wasn't consistently good. That's the knock on him. Any Arkansas fan can tell you that. But Deshaun Watson being named the starter, that's a head scratcher. Unless he's just
You you wait, you were shocked?
no, I wasn't
You
surprised.
had
I wasn't
okay.
surprised, but
It's
it's
like
still a head scratcher.
made
No,
you yeah.
you're paying him that much money to what ride the pine, but at the same time, I almost would just say wipe the slate clean. Let's just see what we have with Shador. If it
Yeah,
were me,
I'm very not saying I'm not saying Deshaun's better or Shador's better than Deshaun. That's I haven't seen enough out of Shador for that. I don't give a shit if we haven't seen Deshaun play in 4 years.
well, I'm not saying that either. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost damned if you do, damned if you don't, to an extent. Deshaun, when he's right, is the best quarterback.
And then there's our third string quarterback that nobody ever talks about. uh,
Are you talking about Talon? Who are you talking about?
no, Taylor's fourth string. Dylan Gabriel.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot
Yes.
about Dylan.
Everybody did.
Yeah. Well, and Dylan Gabriel was ahead of Shador on the depth chart a season ago,
Yeah,
and
but he don't have a famous daddy though.
no, he doesn't. Yeah, it's a mess in Cleveland. No, I'm not saying Shador is better than Deshaun, but this Deshaun
Shador
thing has
Shador
just
is
been a
almost like
disaster.
Bronny in my book, man. He's
Okay, that's too harsh. Shador can play.
I said almost like, not like. It's
I was gonna
getting
say
close.
that's a little that's much. Bronny had averaged like 4 points in college. Uh, Shador had really good college numbers. Didn't equate to wins and
Against
losses.
not very good competition.
Still, I mean, it's still really good college numbers. Bronny hasn't had good numbers since high school. Two different things there. It's going to be a mess either way. I can pretty much guarantee you that.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. We got football. Yeah, this week happening this week. Football that counts. That matters. Have no idea what the games are, but it's happening. The week zero games are coming. Or no, that's next weekend. Yeah, that's this weekend, and then regular season starts the following weekend. So
Yeah, it is this weekend.
so close, so close.
USC is playing. I saw that. Uh, I'm drawing a blank on the games I saw. Nothing eye popping, but there are some interesting matchups. I guess you could say. I mean, it's football. The week zero games are fun. They're at times they can be fun. I assume you're looking up the schedule now.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. And of course, they just don't give it to you. So
While you're looking at that, how about this Brown? And we're talking about the Browns. This Browns player, what tied in that tried to go to LSU? That Lane Kiffin was calling to try to get to come to LSU.
I thought he was going somewhere else. Well, I didn't know he was going to LSU, but apparently it's happening though. Now ex-professionals can go back to college for some reason. So
I don't think it is going to happen at the SEC, not in the SEC at least. They put out like a tweet or something, a rough statement saying that they're not going to allow it. The Big Ten came out today and one up the SEC, which they've done for the last several years now in football, uh, and just said we're not allowing NFL players to play in our conference. They
I
just
mean, wow, yeah.
which is wild to say.
Brandon, yeah, Brandon Walker from Barstool said it best. He's like, if you make it to the NFL, you're an NFL player. If you get cut, get a fucking job.
Yes. And by when I said, which is wild to say, I didn't mean the act itself. I'm fully with the Big Ten on this. It's the idea that I'm even saying NFL players can't play in college. It's wild that I'm even saying that statement. That we're at this point. The only people griping about that I've seen on social media at least are LSU fans, obviously,
Yeah,
and Lane Kiffin. It's like
yeah.
just be honest. You're upset that your coach wasn't able to get his guy. Just come out and say that. Don't make up a don't do mental gymnastics to convince yourself and others that this is perfectly fine. It's not. Yeah, that's something that's happened in the last couple of days. But yeah, the Big Ten came out and just full on said we're not allowing NFL players to come back to college and play in our conference. So good on the Big Ten for that. Uh, like I said, once again, just doing things better than the SEC has done the last several years. I've gotten a lot of spam calls this week. I don't know what's going on. I have my phone here. I've gotten a lot of spam calls. Really starting to annoy me. I had a guy from AT&T call me. And he didn't speak very good English, but he said, all right, well, his pitch was AT&T's having a lot of customers leave because the rates keep going up. So we're going to give you a 35% discount on your bill. I just need you to read off this verification code that I send you. And I get like a message and I look at it. I'm driving and it says in all caps, if someone's asking for this verification code, it's a scam in all caps. And I said, well, this is a scam. This text says it's a scam. He said, no, I told you it's going to say that. And I said, no, you didn't tell me it was going to say that. He said, well, he said, well, I just need that verification code in order to get you the discount. And I said, but it says right here it's a scam and to not give you this verification code. He said, well, no, I already told you it's going to say that. I said, well, no, you didn't. And he said, well, but I'm telling you it's not. And I said, well, that's exactly what a scammer would say. If I were a scammer, I would say that too. And he said, well, can I get the verification code? I said, no. And he said, okay. I said, okay, bye. Or no, I think I said, like, all right, well, I'm going to go now. Happy scamming. And then I hung up. Yeah, don't fall for that, people.
They're not very good, but somehow people still fall for them.
Yeah. I said, it literally says right here, it's a scam. No, I told you I was going to say that. I was like, no, you didn't. Yeah, I would have remembered that lead. You did not lead with that. You didn't say anything until I said something, sir.
It looks like there's this week 0 games are a bunch of snoozers. What it looks like.
Well, they
There's
all
no
are.
big. Well, I mean, usually there's like LSU or Clemson or some one big matchup to get everybody excited. But there's, I guess, the closest matchup, the best matchup you're going to get is Stanford versus Hawaii.
Yeah, and this isn't like Andrew Luck, Stanford, or Colt Brennan, Hawaii. Do you remember
No.
Colt Brennan at Hawaii?
Yep.
Yeah. Threw for a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns there until they ran into Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, that Hawaii team was pretty good until they saw Georgia. But yeah, I didn't see anything eye popping. But it's just the idea that football's back. People are going to tune in. But that's when you give those smaller schools some love. Like, let's put them on first and not have any other games this week and give them their week of love. And they're going to get that. People are going to tune in. I will probably tune in for some of it if I have time. But
No.
yeah, we're almost to football. High school football starts this week, regular season, and then well, college this week too. But the major college matchups are the following week. Um, anything to add regarding the Hogs or anything like that? I saw some Ryan Silverfield clips from the Little Rock Touchdown Club. He says all the right things. I could see how he got the job. He's a really good salesman.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens on the field. But I will say that I don't know. Like I said, I know the guy can make adjustments at halftime because he did it against Arkansas last season and did a great job of that because Arkansas
Yeah.
just completely fell apart
We
in the second
we
half.
helped them out a lot, but yeah,
We did, but I mean, it was night and day the coaching.
2 fumbles, overthrows on 3rd downs. Yeah, it was bad. So, but he did name our starting quarterback this week. So,
AJ Jackson, I saw that.
and it apparently is not because of skill level; it's just because of situational awareness. Um, so yeah, he's not the best, but he's the smartest, is what it sounds like. So
Well,
we'll see how that works out.
he didn't do anything that blew me away when I saw him. KJ Jackson, that is. But yeah, just protect the football, value possessions, and make some plays. You do that, and
He
you
could be
might
like
be
the
all
other
right.
KJ. I think. Yeah, that'd be just fine.
I mean, KJ Jefferson was pretty good for a
Yeah,
couple
that's
years
what I'm
starting.
saying.
Yeah,
If he could be like KJ, I'd be fine with that.
and then in his last year at Arkansas, he didn't have an offensive line, so it was hard for anybody to play quarterback in that offense.
So,
We don't have to go down that road because then that turns into yeah.
where did he go? Did he get drafted?
He went to USF or UC, UCF.
Yeah, UCF.
Yeah, went to UCF and played a few games and then got benched, and then we never heard from him again. It was not the same run that he had at Arkansas, but I wouldn't think he's an NFL quarterback. I mean, I wouldn't draft him, but but he did do all those things at the collegiate level, value possessions and made plays when when you needed him to. Um,
They made some ridiculous plays,
yeah,
laid it all out there.
yeah, when you had guys blocking for him, especially. Okay, other news in the sports world. My Phillies are on a tear, touching
Yeah,
up on the
nine-game winning streak.
yeah, quite the run that the Phillies have had. They had a couple good games with the Cardinals, and then just completely blew them out the last game of their series. So good on
They
them.
ended
That's
the Cardinals' five series win streak.
yeah, they did. Um, okay, I'm looking at some of the week zero matchups. I would think Virginia, NC State would probably be the big one for. I would think.
Well, I'm
Uh,
saying I went off the closest spread. So
North Carolina, TCU is probably going to have the most eyeballs, but I don't know that it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be probably TCU by quite a bit.
yeah,
But a lot of people are going to tune in thinking, okay, maybe Belichick will turn this one around.
Belichick's got it figured out. Nope, he's been listening to his girlfriend too much.
Yeah, I don't think Belichick's going to figure it out.
No,
Yeah.
that dude just should have walked away because he's just tarnishing his stuff, man.
I don't mind him taking a chance, but it's not been the same since Tom, right? But when you've been in the NFL that long and doing things that way, and then to go to college to have to recruit and talk NIL and all that stuff, which may be more like professional, I mean, maybe a little more tailored to him. I don't know, but you got to recruit, you got to do this other stuff. You're coaching kids as opposed to grown ass men. It's different. It's
So,
very different. But yeah, I don't think he's going to figure it out. Not rooting against the guy, but yeah, I don't think he's going to figure this one out. Arkansas has North Alabama week one. Is that
eesh.
correct?
I don't know, man. That sounds right. It's some cupcake that
I
will
think
make
it's
look
I
better
think
than
it's
they are.
I think it's North Alabama. I know it's September 5th because I have a 5K that morning, and then I got to go to a wedding right after that. But it's a afternoon game or early evening.
It'd be early evening game.
Yeah. So I guess I'll watch that. I assume it's going to be on SEC Network or something like that. Surely the Hogs will get that one done. Like I said, I look forward to seeing the product just because Ryan Silverfield is a good salesman. I liked what he said in the Little Rock Touchdown Club.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens and see how long it lasts.
North Alabama. Oh, it's going to last at least 2 years. So he's already got a free ride this season. North
Yeah,
Alabama, and then we go to Utah, and then yeah, then I guess the only other shot we've got is Tulsa, and yeah, Vandy will probably beat us. So all the other ones losses. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. But
you think they win
back,
an SEC game?
no, back to back 2-win seasons is what I'm calling.
Dude, I'm gonna look at their schedule real quick. It is Little League World Series time of year.
Dude,
I did see one of those games. I guess it was Saturday. I
did
didn't
you
watch the
watch
whole
last
thing.
night's game with Alabama? The chick
No,
up there throwing heat on the mound and hitting in RBIs. She was doing it all. They came back from a 5-0 deficit, I think, in the fourth inning
you're talking about
in
a
Little League.
female, like a girl?
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen.
dude. Yeah, look, I'll send you the clip, man. The hype video for it. It's awesome. She's pretty good, man. She's one hit short of tying the record for a girl getting hits in the College World Series, and apparently she got robbed of a home run on Saturday, or was pretty close to hitting a home run. That would have been a record to be the first girl to hit a home run in the Little League World Series. So But yeah, she was just up there making them all look silly and burning it bomb, dude. She didn't. Yeah, she's legit.
There's usually always some story in the Little League World Series every year. There's some story that captures people's attention. Um, I guess she's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just caught whatever game was on when I had to go to my uncle's. I went to Lone Oak to get a grill at my grandma's, and she was at my uncle's, and they had a Little League World Series game on. Or that's the only way I knew, well, of the game or of a
Yeah.
game going on
Kinley
then.
Rasmus.
Inley?
Just Kinley Rasmus. She's pretty good. And she's
Okay.
already matched Monet Davis's strikeout record, which she broke it last night. So,
Forgot about Monet Davis. How long ago was that?
oh man, they had her at a bananas ball game, and I mean, she looked like she was 21. So it's been a minute.
I would say it's been several years, but
Mhm.
I do remember that name. Now that I completely forgot about it till you brought it up, and I was like, oh, repressed memory. There it is. Okay, I'm looking at Arkansas's football schedule here. When I'm going to count wins that I think they'll actually win.
Yeah.
Two, man, you may be right. Um, because I think this Vandy coach is pretty good. You know,
And they got one of the top recruits at quarterback. So thanks to Nate Bargatz or Bagazzi. Yeah, he promised him a part in his movie as part of his NIL deal, and he got it. So
yeah, I remember that. I think
so
you're right. It could be another
we
2 win season.
thank God for Mississippi State, or we may be officially at the freaking bottom of the SEC in football.
Yeah, we're a basketball school now, but hopefully we can get something out of Silverfield, or if anything, I don't know. I was going to say, if anything, be competitive in some of these games, but they were last year in a lot of those games. It was still annoying and demoralizing, and I lost interest in Arkansas football pretty quickly after I saw Petrino wasn't turning things around like I'd hoped he would. I didn't think he would, but I was hoping he would. Uh, I'm just in wait and see mode. That's it. I'm going to watch for a little bit at least until it gets bad. If it and it probably will get bad. But I don't have any expectations. Keeping my sanity that way, and just being, sane about it.
Yep.
All right, we're out of time, so we're gonna have to see y'all next time. But until then, I'm Grandpa.
For the Brown.
This is y'all. Hopefully, we'll have something good to say about Arkansas sports next week. Probably not, but I don't know. Till then, see y'all.